and welcome to the Motorsport Coaching Podcast, sponsored by Motivate Training and Management. This is a podcast where we talk to drivers and industry experts to help you maximize your performances on and off the track. Let's get started with today's show. Hi crew, and welcome to episode 114 of the Motorsport Coaching Podcast. I am your host, Belinda Risley, and today I am joined by a young gun, Miss Alice Buckley. She's a driver of KA2 go-karts. She loves racing Hyundai Excels, and her main goal in life is to really just be better than her Australian champion father. I hope you do enjoy today's episode. Don't forget, team, that we do have a membership toolkit. So if you are looking to get started within motorsports, we have loads of resources available over on our toolkit. Simply race to motivatetraining.com.au/toolkit. Let's get started with today's show. Hi, Alice, and welcome to the Motorsport Coaching Podcast.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
I'm very excited to hear your story. Tell us, how did you get started in motorsports?
I got started in motorsport through my dad because he used to race and he was an Australian champion. So he always wanted another Patrick to race. And my mum, being my mum, said to my dad that if my little brother gets a go, I must have a go.
Oh.
So did my two older sisters. So all the girls got to go, and it was really good. They didn't enjoy it as much as me. So they don't race. They drive. They're 18 now, so they can drive a road car, and that's enough for them. But yep. I enjoy racing, so Dad introduced it to me.
And how old were you when you started racing?
I started practicing at 6, and I believe I had my first race at the age of 7.
Awesome. And how old are you now? How long have you been racing for?
I'm 14. Yeah. So I've been doing it for a while.
Fantastic. And so does your little brother race?
Yes. My little brother Paddy races as well.
Yep.
He started racing 3 years after me.
And what do you love about racing?
I love everything. The adrenaline. It's something different, and you don't usually meet someone on the daily basis saying, hey, I'm in motorsport. So it's a very unique sport, and I really enjoy it, and it's very different, but I love the people around it and all the support that you get given, and the community is just amazing.
Yeah, so obviously you're 14, so you're racing karts. What category are you racing?
I'm racing KA2 Junior and KA3 Junior.
So what's your goal with racing? Are you wanting to be better than Dad, or as good as Dad? Or?
Yes, I would love to be better than Dad, have more accomplishments. It's always great to beat your parents at something. But my goal in motorsport, where I would like to go with it, is make a career out of it and be doing it for the rest of my life, even if it's not particularly driving, even though I would love it to be driving, just helping out, giving back to the community, because they've given so much to me and my family. It'd be really nice to give back.
Oh, that's nice. And do you have any other interests other than motorsports outside of?
Outside of school, in school, and outside of school, I did a little bit of swimming here and there, and every now and then I play netball with school. And just little things here and there, school activities, family activities, whatever I can do. I enjoy doing stuff.
All right, well, there's a good leadway into our next section. We can talk about some fitness work. Mm-hmm. What do you train specifically for karting?
I do a few things here and there. I try to go to the gym whenever I can. But with karting, it's very unique because you need so much neck muscle and shoulder and back and arm muscle and stuff like that. It's very important to have neck muscle because you can't drive a kart with your neck falling off your head. So I have this weighted helmet in my room, and depending on what time I wake up or what time I go to sleep, I put on my helmet, strap it up. It has a few kilos on the top of my helmet, and I put it on and do exercises moving my head side to side just to strengthen my neck and even up and down, just whatever I can. Gravity and weight helps.
That's fantastic. I love it. For the first guest I've had on the show that's mentioned doing that exercise. So well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about nutrition. Oh, sorry, exercise. Yeah. Do you follow a specific nutritional lifestyle or any diets, or you just a normal 14-year-old?
Yeah, I eat what I can. If it smells good, I will put it in my mouth. I will eat it.
Is that the same for race weekends as well?
I try to be more careful on race weekends, like definitely less sugar, but obviously keeping energy in your system is good for you. So I try eating more fruit and bigger proportions of meals and drinking more water because you sweat more when you're doing stuff. So, and it's very important because I am slightly iron deficient, so I get dizzy very easily. So it's very important to keep food in my system.
Yeah, fantastic. So when it comes to learning a new track, what do you do? Tell us how do you go about learning a new track?
So learning a new track, usually I try and get to the circuit itself earlier, so then I can do a track walk, discuss it with my team and my pit crew, which is very helpful because at least you know which way you got to go and when you need to turn. But for me, it's very easy to memorize a track, and once you've driven it once, I know it forever. So it's a very good skill to have, I've been told. But I don't know. It's good to know which direction you're turning when you're meant to be turning when you're going 100 and something Ks.
That's always important.
Yeah.
When Dad gives you advice, do you listen to him?
Yes, I try my best. Sometimes they speak gibberish, but that's okay. Communication is key.
Yeah. And when it comes to like mindset, like if you've had an accident or anything, how do you overcome those things?
Watching back on my footage and talking about it is very important so I can understand what I've done wrong, what position I've potentially put myself in, and how I can avoid it for next time. That is very important because then you can avoid more crashes.
Yeah, I mean, crashes are inevitable sometimes, but yes, it's always good to know the cause of the accident as well.
Yes.
And when it comes to doing sponsorship, do you have any sponsors?
I have a few sponsors here and there. Yeah, I'm very proud of them.
Well, tell us about it. And are they like relationships through your parents, or are these people that have contacted you, or you've gone out and seek them?
It's contacts from everywhere, which I'm very happy about. But one of my biggest sponsors is Australian Sheep Piling, ASP, and they're a family business. Their dad owns a business and my grandfather owns a business, and it's family-owned business. So I'm very proud of it, and I'm very lucky to be sponsored by them and to have them supporting me. So they're a big sponsor, and I have Castrol, which is very big. Yeah, so I'm very happy to have them. I also have Bendworks, and they're known through my father, through their work, and I'm very proud of these sponsors. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And when it comes to your social media accounts, is that something that you manage yourself, or does Mum do that for you, or maybe even Dad? Or
yes, I mainly manage them, but every now and then I ask Mum and Dad for their opinions because they have more experience than me. And being politically correct is very important in this sport, so no one gets hurt and it's done correctly.
And what platforms are you on?
I have Facebook and Instagram, and that's all I'm aware of.
There's so many these days. It's so hard to keep up with them all.
Yes, and new things coming about.
Yeah, all these new features. Yeah, they're very hard to keep up with.
Yeah.
So do you have any favorite competitors? Or what's your favorite track, maybe?
My favorite track, I have a lot of favorite tracks because they're all very different and they all bring a different element or feature and challenge to you. So it kind of depends on my mood and how many race incidents have been there, or how many, or the result that I've got, basically. So I have to say my favorites, I have like a few, would have to be Ipswich Kart Club, and that track is actually 10 minutes away from my house. That was my home track. It was the first track I ever had driven on, and it was very important to me. But my favorite track has to be Ipswich, because it's the next closest track to me and I always go around it, and so it's good to have a track near home.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Extreme was closed down because of the noise,
Yeah,
unfortunately, but they're still fighting, so fingers crossed we can get them back.
yeah, hopefully.
And when it comes to the racing, do you like going under the banner of like Girl in Motorsports, or do you like just to be seen as a competitor as well?
That's a hard question, because I like to be seen as a girl in motorsport, but at the end of the day, everyone's got to race everyone, and I'm just another competitor. But it is good to say it's gender equality. Come race with us. But end of the day, I have to race other ladies and other females, and they're my competitors, and at the end of the day, we're all equal. So
remember what I wanted to ask you. So before COVID, you had the opportunity to go overseas.
Yeah, to go to France. Yeah.
To go to France, yes. And obviously it didn't happen. But
yes, it didn't happen.
Is there going to be an opportunity for you to go back and do something?
Hopefully, yes. We are still trying to stay in contact with the FIA Women in Motorsport. We are trying to keep updated. We have been looking at how the girls are training over there, and trying to test ourselves out here to see how well we'll go compared to them. But it's very interesting to look at, because of the media. They have to be 1,000% committed, and basically their entire lives are based off it, which is very exciting, because that's what I one day hope to be doing, is 100% committing to motorsport and making it way into life with it. So it's very exciting to watch them go through it before I might have to.
Yeah, and these girls are around the same age as you too, aren't they? Or like they're 15 to 18 or something, aren't they?
Yes, there are two categories. There's 14, I believe it's 12 to 14, and they train in karts, and then 15 to 18, I'm not 100% sure, but they train in Formula 4s, as far as I'm aware. I'm not 100% sure.
Cool. And just talking about women in motorsports, do you have any influences, or who do you admire? And obviously it doesn't just need to be a woman. Who do you look up to?
I look up to some very independent women in motorsport. Molly Taylor is a very big one, and Jess Dane. Jess Dane is a really lovely lady, and so is Molly. I haven't met Molly, but I've met Jess, and she took us through the 888 factory, which is very exciting. Mm-hmm. But she actually came and watched me practice a few days. And she is very big on supporting me and helping women my age go through motorsport and trying to help us guide us where we need to go, which is very big helpful. And Ainsley, she helped me with my Instagram and Facebook, like my social media basis, for a while there, and it worked out very well. So I'm very happy for her helping me, and it was very good. But I look up to anyone who's doing the right thing in motorsport, and it's good to have a sorry, I keep having mind blows, but a very someone to look up to, and someone that can support you and guide you is very important to me.
I reckon if they did a movie about Molly Taylor, that you could do the younger version because you look exactly like Molly, don't you?
Oh, that's cool. She's very pretty. I'm gonna take that as a
Right, well, so you even I'm saying you could be the young Molly Taylor in a movie.
Yes.
So no doubt with all these like Drive to Survive and Stan's book coming on board, someone will have to do a documentary on the life of Molly soon.
Yeah, she's a lovely lady. She's a lovely lady.
Fantastic. Well, thanks very much for talking to us, Alice, today. It was great to hear from you.
Mm-hmm.
And before we go, my last question is, do you have pineapple on pizzas?
No. No. Do you?
Yes.
Do you like pineapple? I love pineapple. I just can't have it on pizza.
I do like it, but it is quite interesting hearing who does and who doesn't like it.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah.
Again, Alice, thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
How can people follow your journey?
My social media. I like to keep people updated. That's how I try and keep people updated. And it's very good because I can let my sponsors, anyone who wants to be there, or anyone that wants to let me know about them. Social media is very important to me because I get to know about people and people get to learn about me. And it's a very big thing in the motorsport community because it's how news gets around, and I'm very blessed to be social media. So
Yes, so what's your handle? Is it just at Alice Buckley?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah. It's just Alice Buckley 50. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Fantastic. Well, make sure that you go along, guys, and follow Alice on her social media. One to watch out coming up into the future of Australian motorsports. So again, Alice, thanks very much. Have a great night.
Thank you. You too.
Well, thanks everyone for listening to this week's show. I really hope you enjoyed that one as much as I did. Now, remember, all the show notes with the links and the specials mentioned in today's show are available over at motivatetraining.com.au. If you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it if you could head to iTunes or Stitcher, type in Motorsport Coaching, subscribe, and leave us a review. Each week, I'll read them out and you'll go into a monthly draw to win a fantastic prize. If you have any questions or comments, please email us at motivatetraining.com.au or head over to our Facebook page at Motivate to Tea. Until next time, take care.